Hello, friends. Hello, everyone. I am Mousy, and today I am here to share with you an ordinary office host. When this 5090D Night God is shown in front of you, you should have guessed that this host is very ordinary. Before talking about the configuration, let me talk about the total cost, which is only 6.3W. The price/performance ratio is very high. And I congratulate our reporter. Why? The host has not been used yet. The host has increased in value by 2,000 yuan. Because it was buying this at that time. 5090D Night God. It has not been reported in China yet. A piece of news about this band. What was the price paid at that time? Very cheap. Now, the price has been increased. 36,000 around 37,000. It's 5090D Night God. If we talk about friends who know the market, you can also go and ask around for some gossip. Now 5090D Night God. Crazy price increase. What's the reason? It's this. On the one hand, NV does this. This myopia 5090D may be available in the country in the future. I can't buy the 5090 that I talked about. The top graphics card is probably only 5080. Although it's scary. Leading to the beginning. I also hold this skeptical attitude. Later, after I got to know each brand, they really don't have chips in their factories right now. No goods either. You will find this before 51. All agents are short of this 5080. 5090D is also missing. This leads to a situation where it is difficult to obtain a card. Outrageous thief. What exactly are the factors? No matter what the position is, we won't analyze it here. But the price of hardware is rising. This must be inevitable. Maybe next month. Come to the 618 to pave the way, etc. Let's not analyze it, okay? Then let's talk about our machine owner. The accessory he chose. Every accessory. It definitely comes from the heart. Then I made this selection very carefully. I suggest you just understand it. Right? 60,000 yuan computer. How to match it? Isn't it? Let's go first. Analyze one by one. First is this processor. AMD's 9800X 3D Chinese original version. This isn't going to be a good time anymore. Nowadays, basically if you play games, you will choose AMD. 98X or 9950X. Then go down to 7800X 3D and so on. Then the best choice is this 9800X 3D. Then paired with this motherboard is Asus's X870E Black Meat. Many people say that Mousy shouldn't release Extreme this time? Say so. First, it's out of stock right now. Since this release, the news I got was that it was locked in this customs warehouse. This product has never been released. Logically speaking, by the end of April, we had normally received the review sample of Dragon God 4, but never received it. The reason given was that he was locked in the customs warehouse. Can't get the goods now. We don't know why. Including the motherboard that led to this new product. The X870E doesn't work even after I plug it in. Haven't seen it yet. Right. So for now, the top motherboard in the ROG family is still the X870E Black Meat. The new batch of motherboards have improved the graphics card chewing problem. So you don't have to worry. Also, when you are installing the graphics card, Be sure to follow the official instructions to install it correctly. There will be no problem of chewing the graphics card. This is the motherboard. Then the next step to match this memory is 64G 6000 frequency C28 of Bolak Asgard. I usually brag about their memory. No sponsorship or advertising fees or anything like that. 6000 C28 and 32G X2. The appearance of this memory is very impressive. The effect of the mirror on the side should be what I personally think at present, in addition to the royal halberd. Then the second one is this Plachi. If there is such a productivity requirement, you can choose Byway's DW100. 192G. Then a storage of 48G x 4. And you can run this 6428 with full selection. But he picked the motherboard. Then you can just take a look at their adaptation. Continuing next is his storage aspect. What about our machine owner? There are also certain requirements for the storage of this host. Of course, what about this host? You can also understand it as a machine with existing productivity. Another half-empty console with gaming performance. First, the first storage disk. Because this board now supports PCIe 5.0. Right? So we chose a Samsung 9100 Pro. 4 terabytes low profile. It's only over 3,000 yuan. Easy, right? The 4 terabytes hard drive is used as the main disk and as the system disk. Because it's the fastest. We will definitely improve this system, including some commonly used software. Put everything in this system disk. 14T. Add another Samsung 990 Pro 4 terabytes. What is this 4 terabytes used for? Let's play some of the 3A games we usually play. Or online games? Right. It's stored in this 4 terabytes. If only these two are the case. That's not worth mentioning. What about this time? We will have some productivity data. This is the training video. Photos. Or should we say documentation? Wait, what do you need? I need to install another one. Details of the 8 terabytes Galaxy. This Kuyu? Detail of Kuyu. An 8 terabytes mechanical hard drive. To store his daily information. Of course. I don't rule out the possibility of putting some study materials. Wait a minute. Of course, many people say mousy. Now I watch it all online. Who has downloaded it locally? That's because you don't understand. Teachers who have feelings. Basically everything is saved locally. Just in case it's embarrassing if you can't find this in the future. Maybe it's not enough. Right? It is estimated that it may be upgraded again in the future. This 16 terabytes. 2 terabytes. When the time comes, we can reserve this line for the machine owner in advance. Then look down at the graphics card. 5090D Night God. Let's not talk about this anymore. The most beautiful among 5090D. No need to say, no choice. The price is also the most expensive. There is nothing more expensive than it yet. Water Night God. However, people in China buy relatively few. Basically, I buy Night God. The price of Water Night God can't keep up with this 5090D Night God. I think the appearance is also one of the best. In the 5090D system, the price is also the most expensive. Nothing more to say. ROG family bucket. We will open a separate box for the graphics card later. Next is this power supply. Power supply you will find. Where is this machine owner? This is very clever. He chose ROG's Rocky 1200W. So why did you choose this power supply? Many people say mousy. Why not choose this Thor 3? Thor 2. So first of all, what about the Thor 2 generation? It does not have a direct 16-pin. What about Thor 3? Due to this P4 issue, we are recalling. The price has skyrocketed. A 1600 watt power supply sold for more than 10,000 yuan. So it's not cost effective to buy it at all. Rocky 1200W. First in performance. Then the second person is still too sophisticated. The third family still managed to make a treasure of 10 years. It's just that it's smaller in size. Installed in this power supply compartment. Maybe everyone looks weird. But the chassis I chose is Y70. You can't see the power supply in the power compartment at the bottom. So you don't have to worry about this problem. 1200W is enough. Host this set of hardware. Relaxed and stress-free. It's just a matter of picking it up with your hands. Right. So if we say in the future, everyone thinks this is cool. Want ROG. It's also more cost-effective. Just consider Loki. It's really a very good choice. Then the next step is heat dissipation. The first one is water cooling. The chosen exhibition area is currently very mainstream. A 360 water-cooled version of the full health version of the exhibition area. A solution for the 8th generation S-Pack. I won't introduce water cooling anymore. Then next is the fan. A total of 7 fans were installed. 7 brick 4th generation fans. There are those with flat ones and those without flat ones. Wait until we install the chassis later. I will tell you in detail how to match the air ducts of this chassis. Then here is a transmitter for the fan. Finally, in order to make this host more perfect, also added a set of pure black network-covered module cables. Installing it in this host will improve the quality of the entire host. Of course, you must also use this module line, because inside this power supply, the length of the cable it comes with is relatively short, and the thread is pure black. The kind of slightly harder packaged network cable. The line looks unsightly when walking. So I need another set of module lines. Okay, what about this one? It's just one part of this complete set. All hardware configurations. More than 60,000. Basically all of it is spent on Taoism. You can also just say, match it according to the plan chosen by others. To choose the hardware that suits you. Right. The last chassis. Y70 just now. Not too much to say. When I take it apart later. Let's talk to you in detail. This Y70. Its advantages and disadvantages. I won't say any more nonsense next. The preface talks too much. Maybe everyone can't stand it anymore. Want to fast forward very much. Don't worry. The next part of the installation is. That's the real thing. It's full of useful information. Okay. Then we will enter the installation process. Chatting while pretending. Okay. Next we will start the installation of this motherboard part. If you install it yourself at home, you can also refer to our tutorial. Let's first make the CPU memory solid state. Let's disassemble and assemble these first. Then I'll disassemble the motherboard later. Because of this, if we want to pretend, we have to dismantle it step by step. The first one is this CPU, 98X3D. You must have seen this many times. AMD is also a very average package. Then there is the instruction manual inside. Then there is the processor we are going to install. When taking it out, when everyone releases, if your table is flat, you just put this backside down. Hold it like this. Don't put this metal on this contact surface. And then put it at the bottom of this. Okay. Here is the processor disassembled. Then the next two solid states. Samsung's 9100 Pro. Then 990 Pro. You see the most intuitive difference. This 990 Pro 7450. Reading and writing of 7450. Then this is 14800. Basically this PCIe 5.0. It has reached this 10 gigabit level. For this kind of user demand for this kind of productivity, it is indeed a big improvement. The most intuitive and simple understanding. You go back and forth to this storage. Should we be faster when importing information? Plus it's your productivity rendering. When you write to the disk, will there be a big improvement? So if we say that everyone, if there is a need for this, it is still recommended to use this faster. A better hard drive. To oneself. What about your office? Use in daily scenarios. Definitely an improvement. These are two pieces of this solid state. Of course, what about this PCIe 5.0 hard drive? The hair volume is also very large. You see, we basically have the motherboard. This first heat dissipation armor. This armor is reserved for 5.0. Those are all very thick. Then here are two memory sticks. A handsome memory. Then we take out the memory stick inside. Something doesn't seem right. This memory. The old ATGAT. There seems to be a seal, right? Why not this time? But there is plastic packaging on the outside. Has ATGAT overturned? This may be the goods we ordered from JD.com. Because recently this offline agent is out of stock or something. As a result, we have no goods to sell. So sometimes it may be done online. Come back with the next part of the order. It's also possible that this is an agent. Agent them directly from this. Then get the supply online. Okay. Let's take out the two memories. Let's take a look. Isn't this mirror pretty? Looks pretty cool. Its position is a bit like before. HYTE water cooling label. Right? Okay. These are two pieces of memory. We also put it aside. Let's do the preparation work first. Then the next thing is unboxing this motherboard. No way to unbox this. Start opening this motherboard. Normal installation. This generation of ROG all comes with win tags. At this location, you know, everyone has a win sign. We normally open the win sign first. Then you can open the motherboard normally. I also showed you this motherboard in my previous video. That is to say, I have unboxed it many times. You see, this is the new batch of motherboards. There will be a notice on the board. Then tell you how to quickly remove and install the graphics card. But I found that it was all in Chinese. What do foreigners think? Then we first take out the motherboard. This accessory at the bottom. I won't tell you anymore. I won't take it out to read either. Because you may have seen it before. Isn't it? Let's just take out this board and start installing it. Then install it normally. First step. First install the processor normally. Press this buckle. Then slide back. In this way, the upper bar can be opened. Let me dismantle this in advance. Okay. This is it installed. Look, isn't there a triangle on this board? When you pretend. Align the CPU triangle with the triangle on the motherboard. It's okay like this. Can't install it backwards? With this CPU, you can change any angle. You can't even put it in this slot. You can't fit it in. That means you pretended to be wrong. You know. Then press this clip down here. The CPU is fixed and installed. Then the next step is to install the solid-state drive. Solid-state drive. First of all, this is the first one. First card slot. We must have installed 5.0 normally. But I found that when I installed the second one. It seems like I need to tear this off first. Then here we take out the screwdriver. Take off this armor here. Okay. This opens it. After opening, a total of 1 can be installed here. Then 2. Then 3 or 4. A total of 4 M.2 interfaces can be expanded. Many people say that this interface of solid-state drive. You don't know how to tell the difference, do you? This location is marked just under each M.2 hard drive. It has this logo. It means that it is numbered on this motherboard. For example, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is based on these 5 distinctions. And what about the first one? It supports 4.0 and 5.0. For example, the last one. It is support this 4.0. Or the interface of SATA hard disk. Sometimes on your board. That is to say, every motherboard. Its layout allocation is different. It's just that the assigned PCIe channels are different. What about the first kind? You can install this solid state. Distinguish them. The second way is to say, you install the solid state normally. Then go to the BIOS to split it normally. For example, let's say the speed I assign to the solid state is 4.0 times 4. Or 5.0 by 4. So that it means it does not occupy this graphics card. The speed of the first PCIe slot. Let your graphics card guarantee the PCIe 5.0 by 16 speed. You can allocate the rest normally. But if there is a 5.0 solid state, we definitely have to secure this first slot as well. This is 5.0 times 4. You should be able to understand what I said this way. That is to say, this is the CPU. It will have this split of this PCIe lane. Then the normal thing is to split it into our interfaces. Then this solid state occupies several. Then how many does this graphics card occupy? Such a split. MSI and Asus. They are all different. Basically, Asus's is simpler. Go into the BIOS. Just do the splitting normally. Basic motherboard. Only the first interface is 5.0. You know. It is level 5.0. So our 9200 Pro. It must be installed in this position. Then we will follow this order normally. Put the second interface on. Install this 990 Pro. This is the speed of 4.0. Then install it on this interface. This area is pretty good. This is a solid-state drive, just press it. It got stuck immediately. You don't need to remove the screws separately. Then we will tear off this film. Then restore the armor normally. We can directly install the lower pressure at this position. The first 5.0 solid state is installed. Then when putting on the armor below, please remember not to just say that it was dismantled wrongly. You know. The first interface we are installing now. That's the thermal silicone paste at this location. We normally tear off this film. Then restore this armor. Cut off normally. It's lined at this location. It should be that it can also absorb part of it. The heat on this heat dissipation armor. Aim it at the screw hole on the motherboard. Then just tighten these screws normally. Okay guys. Then the solid state is all installed. If you need to expand more hard drives later, just install it normally below. Right. Then let's install this memory module. Everyone, look at this dark meat. It snaps up and down. Right. This seems to have been changed. Then it snaps up and down. Then we install this normally. 24 this slot. Normal gap between two memory. A lot of people say this is stupid. Why is my host? Just after it restarts, this memory dictionary will be stuck. What about this one? Let me tell you something. This is really a common problem with AMD. It's not like we're explaining anything. That is, if you say that on your host. On the bottom of this USB 2.0, there are other expansion devices. For example, if you have a water cooler with a screen. Like today we install this set of hosts. When it restarts, basically, in 99% of cases, the memory will be stuck. It is really 99% of the time that this memory dictionary will be stuck. It's the bug light of this motherboard that gets stuck in the memory dictionary. But if you shut down and restart normally, there will be no problem. I will ask AMD later. AMD has not given an explanation. Said it was a motherboard problem. The motherboard is talking about your other adaptation issues. Just arguing back and forth. Especially the lighting equipment you installed with this kind of Leonly. Nigeria red line. Including this fan with a screen and so on. Board memory card. There's no way to solve this. There is another. It is possible that this IMD will be updated in the future. After which version of BIOS will solve this problem. Another one is, the self-test is extremely slow when you turn on your computer. This is also a flaw. Especially if you pretend to be this. This one with large capacity. Large capacity of this memory. It's easier just to show up. It's a self-test of the card's memory when you turn it on. Because of this IMD? when it turns on. It's every G of your memory. It all requires self-checking one by one. Basically, I remember listening to that before. They have a business talk about. That's 3 seconds for 1 gigabyte. You can do the math. 1 gigabyte 3 seconds. And it's better now. That was when the 98X3D was first launched. That time. That BIOS from that period. If you want to install this 64 gigabytes memory, then power on self-test. I feel like it just means that it will be stuck for a minute. Especially after you open this one XPU. Basically every time you turn on your phone. It feels like I'm stuck for about a minute. Only then can the logo of this motherboard be displayed. It's normal to enter this into the system. Embarrassing. This is also a common problem. Just X3D. AMD X3D series processors. This will always happen. Then this means, I hope this next generation of AMD. Can this problem be solved? Then change to a new version. Better BIOS. In other words, the memory adaptability is better. Then it should be more stable. Right. Okay. And what about the motherboard part? We've got it all done. CPU. Then solid state. Memory. All installed. Then let's remember to tear off the film above. Okay. And what happens next? After we finish the motherboard part, just start installing this hardware into the belly of this chassis. Okay. Brothers. And what about this chassis? We opened it. In fact, friends who know him should be familiar with him. HYTE. When he had not yet settled in the country. At that time we could only go through overseas shopping. Come and get this chassis. And to tell the truth at that time, sea view room is not a good deal. This is the concept that came up with this fish tank. Be the first to propose the concept of this fish tank. This is the chassis. At that time, there was also a domestic brand that imitated him. Just follow this case. What's that name? The name of that mountain top is touching. That top of the mountain is moving. Then that Y70. And what happens next? That means we are normal. To dismantle this chassis is to dismantle it. Positive. Back panel. Tear it all down. Then perform a series of tasks for this installation. Then this is an upgrade based on the 60. Previously, this location was just an ordinary piece of tempered glass. This generation, this position. It's a screen. What about this screen? Support this touch. Then download the specified software. There are also certain special effects on this theme. You can also treat it as a secondary screen normally. Another thing is that this chassis, it can only support this force insertion. Because the chassis itself comes with this graphics card plug-in kit. It is shorter. A regular card cannot be inserted horizontally. So if you choose this chassis, then I can only insert it. Understand what I mean? This location on the back is its accessory bag. Accessories packaging is here. The mechanical hard drive is installed in this location. The space on the back of the box is still very large. Then the fan bit that supports. You can install 360 on the top. The side view is also 360. bottom it is through this position. Many people don't know. Let me tell you about it. After disassembling the bottom position, you can go there normally. Install additional fans. Install a fan for this. Assist our graphics card to dissipate heat. Original words. It has that one at the bottom. Matte fan. Maybe they think it's useless. Later, there was no packaged fan at the bottom. Then we start the normal installation again. I also removed the front glass. This position on the front. It has 2 screws. Let's remove this screw. Okay, if you dismantle it like this, we will install the fan at this location later. Pretend better. Then we won't dismantle this screen. Then the first step is to install the motherboard. If you install the motherboard, we need to first put this position. You need to first connect this PCIe slot to the motherboard. This PCIe slot and this expansion card are twisted loose. Otherwise, you won't even